Hello there, boys and girls. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Mending Munich. And the strange case of this season carries on. So we last met against Augsburg and Schalke. And since then, we've gone unbeaten. 2-2 draw against Hertha Berlin. Guri with a brace there. He's been a really good loan signing for us. And as you can see, stats are on the rise. Hopefully, fingers crossed, going to get him back for next season on loan again from Lyon. But very good player for us. 8 goals in 12 starts. So fantastic for us. We then beat Borussia Mönchengladbach in the next game at home. Guri again with Tim Handwerker from the penalty spot. And Felix Paslak scoring from the penalty spot for them to make it 2-1. And then we beat Hoffenheim away from home. Guri again on the score sheet. And then 2 own goals. One for Dennis Grieger on the 50th minute and Philipp Steinhardt on the 71st minute. This is how the Bundesliga shapes up. We're still in 23 points, going for that magical 40-point mark, and we're just over halfway there, going into the final few games of the first half of the season before the winter break. And yeah, not a bad position to be in at all. If you'd have given me that at the start of the season, very happy. Would have taken it with both hands. We've some transfer news in the before we go into the January transfer window. We've got a few players up for sale. Zach Clough, he will be going to Plymouth. We've sold him for £425,000, so exactly what we bought him for. Pilkington, yeah, I'll go on the transfer. So Pilkington will be going to Portsmouth for £550,000. And we've got 2 others on the transfer list as well. Matt Grimes, he'll hopefully be going out. Coventry, Wigan and Union Berlin are in for him. And Parodi is going to be hopefully going out to Osnabrück. So we've got a few players hopefully going out of the first team before January. And hopefully within the January transfer window, we can bring in adequate replacements. Because you can see from these abilities here, they've either diminished in the last 6 months or so, or actually just stayed exactly where they are. So new players needed definitely in January, and hopefully we can keep our good run of form going. So players coming back from injury. Velasquez is coming back, Gomez is coming back, and Baez as well. So probably where our upturn in form has come. This is going to be the team that plays Leipzig in the first game. Muller in goal, Egbo, Balik, Velasquez and Steinhardt at left back, because Klaassen, he's going to be out for about 3 weeks. So probably in the mid-season, pre-season that we usually have. Illich and Goujon stay in the middle. Burke on the right, been fantastic for us since he's come in. Actually, really impressed with his play. Gomez in the middle and Handwerker on the left with Guri up top. Bakaya and Bay, Gaspar, Bongiovanni, Samuelson, Baez and Brewster all on the bench to come on if we need them to. Big game this, Leipzig at home, let's go and get it. And that's half time. No highlights in the first half at all, even though we went positive and had most of the shots on goal. Possession very even. It's a very cagey affair. They're not having the best season at the minute. They're kind of 13th, 14th in the league. So yeah, they're just probably trying not to lose this game at the minute. They've still got Timo Werner up top. I'm just going to say, I'm far from pleased what I've seen out there. Go out there and give me a better showing in the second half. Guri with a 6.4, Burke with a 6.4, both midfielders with a 6.5. So needed to see a lot more from our key players in this second half. Burke on this right hand side, going to drive into the middle. He's got players over on the left hand side. He finds Gomez. He's going through and falls to Burke again, and that's the opening goal of the game. Oliver Burke, he's been, as I said, been really good for us in recent weeks since he's come into the side, and starts this move here on this right hand side. He drives into the middle. He's fine. He's got 2 or 3 people over on this left hand side. Gomez goes for the shot. It's a good save by the keeper, but luckily falls to Burke and he puts it home. 1-0 to Munich. Barco with a free kick and he shoots over just after we'd scored. Coming into life this game. Some of their players looking tired a little bit, so hopefully that will be into our advantage going into the final few minutes of this game. Coming up to the hour mark now, Handwerker into Illich. Illich is being tackled and Timo Werner's there and beats Velasquez in the air, but Balik should cover that and go all the way down back to Egbo, but Egbo gets his pocket picked by Ezekiel Barco and it's 1 apiece. That's a terrible mistake to be made at the back. I thought Balik was just going to go back to Muller rather than Egbo, but he goes across the box, which I was taught to never do as a defender, and Egbo just gets his pocket picked by Barco and it's 1 apiece. Marley with the ball in. Steinhardt can't get up and he gets beaten to the ball by Frihidi and it's 2-1 now to Leipzig. Steinhardt getting beaten in the air. 25 minutes to go and Leipzig have gone 2-1 up. And yeah, Steinhardt just getting the jump on him, unfortunately, and that's 2-1 to Leipzig. Mbai nipping in there. Can he get a shot on goal? Yes, he can. Malik Mbai gets us back in this game. It's 2 apiece. It's a loose pass from the goalkeeper. Mbai just nips in to cut it out. Let's see this. Odysseus gets the ball out to Mali, but Mbai just jumps on the chance and he fires it home. 2 apiece now, and we're back in this game. Probably the final chance of the game, coming into 5 minutes of injury time, and Petretta gets the ball to Szymanski, and Szymanski goes over the top to Augustin. He's got that pace. He's one-on-one with the keeper. Muller, though, makes a big save, pushes it out for a throw-in. The shot power was so great, and we're going to hopefully see this game out with a draw. It's a good draw against Red Bull Leipzig. Final chance, though. Steinhardt's going to get that ball in. Goes to Bongiovanni on the edge. Can he take a shot? Goes into Berg, but he gets blocked, and there we have it. Munich 2, Leipzig 2. As I said, good draw for us. Leipzig, I think they're having a tough start to the season, but I think second half of the season will probably come good and probably be above us at the end. Just proved a lot of people wrong there, lads, with that really good draw. We go on to FC Mainz. Bongiovanni out for a couple of days, so it's not too bad. He should be back for that Mainz game in a few days' time. We are 8th in the league. We are now 12 points clear of the kind of relegation zone, so that's always good. We've gone further ahead of Hanover, Freiburg and Stuttgart. Mainz in 14th, could be another 3 points on the way. Second game of today against Mainz, and some changes have to be made to the starting lineup for injury and suspension reasons. So we've got Muller in goal. Egbo Belkaya comes in for Velasquez, who came back from his injury but now is suspended for a game. Balik in the defence alongside him, with Steinhardt at the back because Klaassen is still out. He will be out for another 9 days, so not this side of Christmas. Illich and Goujon in the middle of midfield. We've got Samuelson on the right because Burke is now out for 4 weeks, so he won't be seeing any football until the new year. Gomez in the middle, Handwerker on the left, and Guri on the striker and duty up top. Parodi on the bench just in case Belkaya gets injured. Gaspar and Bongiovanni, Grimes, Byers and Brewster. And as you can see, hopefully some players coming back to full fitness sooner rather than later. Let's submit that team and let's get straight into this game against Mainz. Gomez in the middle gets taken out by Latza, and that, I think, will be a second yellow card for the midfielder, and they're down to 10 men just before half time, and hopefully that will change the game a little bit, because it's been a bit boring, really, to be fair. Burkhardt into Baku, out to Qualson. Can he go for goal? Yes, he can. Robin Quaison scores for Mainz and go 1-0 up just before half time. They've already gone down to 10 men, so they might well sit on this and hope for the best. Baku gets the ball out to Quaison, and loads of space to take his time, pick his spot and put them 1-0 up. Half time's with us, and I'm not happy at all. Going to get aggressive. Show me something else in the second half. That wasn't great at all. We're going to go slightly more attacking with our wing backs as well, and we do have some people to bring on off the bench if we need to change things up in the second half. Steinhardt with a good header. Back to Balik, back to Steinhardt, and we're working this ball really well in the second half. Lovely ball over the top. Guri is there, goes for goal, and what a hit that is by Amini Guri, and it's 1 apiece just after the half-time break, and a lovely finish from our on-loan striker from Lyon. Steinhardt gets the ball out to Handwerker, and it's a lovely ball over the top, and I thought the angle was narrowing, but he absolutely put his foot through that into the bottom left-hand corner. 1 apiece. 20 minutes to go, 3 changes made. Parodi and Bongiovanni have come on, and hopefully they will make the difference in this second half. We've had most of the second half, not unable to break them down for a second time, and we're coming into the final 8 or so minutes of the game. There we have it, another draw on the cards for us, 1 apiece against Mainz. Little disappointed because they were down to 10 men for the majority of the game, but we got a point out of it. We can't be too unhappy with a point. Unlucky today, wasn't our day at all. But now that leaves that's the next last 5 games unbeaten now, so not too bad at all. And we go into the winter break in 8th. A massive 13 points clear now of the relegation zone, and well over halfway to that 40-point barrier that we need to have survival done and dusted. We will be back tomorrow, and we're going to go through the whole of January. So we're going to start at Regensburg, finish at Dortmund, finish on the transfer deadline day, and you'll see everything, little snippets of how I get on within the transfer window and all the highlights within those games as well. So hopefully we give you loads of highlights and loads of transfer news. So as I said, 4 players are on the way out. Parodi, Clough, Pilkington and Grimes. I'm going to be looking for some extra strength and depth in those areas, defence, midfield and the attacking third as well. That is it for this episode. If you have enjoyed it, please do drop it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new and you don't want to miss out any more content. Remember, tick that little bell icon. Newcastle episode went live earlier on today at 12 o'clock, so if you missed that, check the channel page so you don't miss out on anything going forward. And until next time, when we bring you the whole of January, we're going to do it all and you'll see all the best bits within the January episode. I'll see you soon.